All right, let's talk about something that affects all of us. How do you actually protect your digital life from attack? Today, we are going to build a fortress, a digital one. We're going to break down the absolute foundational principles of cybersecurity and give you the blueprint to keep your most valuable stuff safe. So let's dive in.
So first things first, we got to understand the battlefield, our digital world. It is always expanding. Every new piece of tech, every new connection, it opens up these incredible doors for us. But it also opens up new windows for attackers. The threat isn't just out there somewhere, it is changing, it is evolving every single day.
And just how fast is it evolving? Well, take a look at this number, 1,265%. That's a huge, staggering figure, right? So what on earth does that actually represent?
Yeah, that number, that's the recent explosion in phishing emails, all supercharged by generative AI. Hackers are using these brand new tools to create way more sophisticated, way more convincing attacks. It's making it harder than ever to spot a fake. And this, right here, is exactly why understanding the core principles isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's absolutely essential for survival.
Okay, so if we're building a fortress, what are we even protecting? What's the treasure inside? Well, at its very core, cybersecurity is all about protecting three key things about our data. This is what's known as the CIA triad, and these three pillars, they support our entire defense.
First up is confidentiality. Now, the easiest way to think about this is like a sealed envelope. It's all about making sure your private data stays private. We use tools like encryption to scramble the message so it's just gibberish to outsiders, and we use access controls to make sure only the right people have the key to open it. Simple as that.
Next, we have integrity. And this is all about trust. It's making sure that the data you're looking at is the real deal, that it's accurate and hasn't been messed with. Think of it like an unbroken seal on a medicine bottle. You know what's inside is exactly what's supposed to be there.
And this principle is totally universal. One of our sources from a Middle Eastern cybersecurity journal puts it just perfectly in Arabic. تظل المعلومات دقيقة كاملة غير قابلة للتعديل أو تلاعب دون إذن مسبق. And that translates to, that information remains accurate, complete, and unmodifiable without prior permission. That's a pretty powerful way to sum up the goal of data integrity, right? And that brings us to our third and final pillar, availability. Think about it. What good is perfectly secret and totally trustworthy data if you can't get to it when you actually need it? Availability is all about making sure your systems are up and running, ready for you to access them without any problems. This is our defense against things like denial of service attacks that try to shut everything down.
Now, here's a quick clarification, because you probably heard information security and cybersecurity used like they're the same thing. And while they're definitely related, they're not identical. As you can see here, information security is the big umbrella. It covers all data, whether it's on paper or on a screen. Cybersecurity is a super important part of that, but it's focused specifically on protecting our digital systems from electronic attacks.
Okay, so we get the why now, right? We need to protect confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But what about the how? How do we actually do it? Well, for that, we can turn to a really practical blueprint, the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. You can think of this as the architectural plan for our whole fortress.
This framework is built on 5 core ideas. It all starts with identify. You have to know what you need to protect and what risks you're up against. Then comes protect. You put the actual safeguards in place. But you can't stop there. You've got to be able to detect when something goes wrong. You have to respond super quickly to limit the damage. And finally, you need to be able to recover and get back to business. And the most important thing to get here? This is not a checklist you do once. It's a continuous, living cycle.
A great blueprint is vital for sure, but a fortress is only as strong as its materials, and maybe more importantly, the guards who patrol its walls. That's where essential habits and just general awareness come into play. This is the what else that turns a plan on paper into a truly tough defense. You can have all the best technology in the world, firewalls, encryption, you name it, but all of that can be completely defeated by one thing, a single careless click. Human error is still one of the biggest weak spots in any system. And what that means is that everyone is part of the security team, whether it's in their job title or not. And look, the data really backs this up. This is pretty fascinating. According to one study, 38% of organizations that had 0 breaches were rated as advanced in their security awareness training. Now, compare that to the companies that had multiple breaches, only 29% of them had that same advanced training. It shows a really clear link. Better training leads to way better security.
So what can you do right now to make a difference? Well, these 5 habits are a fantastic place to start. First, always keep your software updated. Second, create strong and unique passwords. Don't reuse them. Third, back up your important data. Fourth, use reliable antivirus software. And finally, be super careful when you're on public Wi-Fi. They're simple steps, but man, do they make a huge difference.
So, let's bring it all together. We've seen that building a really strong digital fortress, it's not about finding one magic tool. It's about a whole approach, understanding the why with the CIA triad, having a solid plan with the NIST framework, and then putting it all into practice every day with good security habits.
And that brings us to our final thought. A question to really chew on. Is security in your life, or in your organization, just a box to be checked off a list? Or is it a culture, an ongoing mindset of awareness and diligence? Because in today's world, the strongest fortresses aren't just built with technology, they're maintained by people.